Well, you guys, it was a beautiful day here in New York with temperatures hitting 70 degrees. It was great. New Yorkers were outside lathering themselves with sunscreen and Purell. It was amazing. But today was nice, but I can't wait for tomorrow when everyone shows up with a weird face mask tan. That's right, these are fun times to do a show right now. They really are. Just so everyone knows, in the event someone in the audience lightly coughs, the emergency exits are here, here, and here. Thank you very much. No problem. But I'm excited about this. Alex Rodriguez is my guest tonight. A-Rod is going to preview the new baseball season, and it sounds like it's going to be crazy. Instead of signs, the Houston Astros are going to steal other teams' Purell. That's what we're here.
Indeed.
Everyone is talking about the coronavirus, but health officials are telling everyone to stay calm. This weekend, the Surgeon General praised President Trump's response and even said that Trump is healthier than he is. Can we see the Surgeon General? Can we see Trump? That looks like a personal trainer and his client who keeps canceling. I mean, it's just...
Can't make it.
Sorry, can't make it today. Very busy, very busy. Gotta golf. I'm going through a tunnel, sorry.
This weekend, Trump was asked if a final decision had been made about the docking of a cruise ship with positive coronavirus cases on board. Check out his response.
About the cruise ship, has a decision been made?
It's a very good question.
Great, that's what we need in times of crisis, a cliffhanger. You know, it looks like someone just asked him the ages of his kids. Like,
18, 9, I don't know, 20.
Meanwhile, Senator Ted Cruz was exposed to the coronavirus and is now in self-quarantine. And once again, we've learned it's never good when the words coronavirus and Cruz are in the same sentence. Never good. And now experts are warning people over 70 from traveling or gathering in large crowds. In other words, the 2020 presidential election is canceled. I'm sorry. They can't. On Sunday, Bernie Sanders said that he won't cancel rallies or other campaign events because of the coronavirus. Bernie was like, if the bubonic plague didn't take me out, nothing will. Bubonic plague? All right, let's change the subject to something more upbeat. Today, the stock market suffered its worst loss since 2008. That's right, the stock market dropped almost 2,000 points. It sounds like these I wish Bloomberg was still in the race, because you know he would have taken out his wallet and said, how much do you need? What do you... But get this, as the stock market tanked this morning, Trump tweeted, good for the consumer, gasoline prices coming down. That's like the Titanic sinking and the captain yelling, good news, free deck chairs. Take as much as you want. Don't worry about it. Free. Free. Take 5. Sure. I don't care. The primaries are still going, and Bernie Sanders has been criticizing Joe Biden for his ties to the corporate establishment. He may have a point, because a lot of big companies have been endorsing Biden, but they all had different reasons. For example, Chipotle said, just like our burritos, we like that he's great in the beginning and falls apart at the end. Next up, Powerade said, we're everyone's second choice, too. Don't worry about it. You don't have Gatorade? And finally, TikTok said, we're committed to endorsing the younger candidates. So there you go. 77 years old. Well, this weekend, President Trump fired his third chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, and then he assigned him to a new job, special envoy to Northern Ireland. Seems like Trump's kind of punishing Mulvaney. Just look at some of the other jobs Trump thought about giving him. First, there was ambassador to North Korea. Next up, there were activities director on a Princess cruise ship. Then there was Apple Store employee that exclusively handles customers 75 and up. This said my name.
It's glass.
And finally, an Uber driver on St. Patrick's Day. I mean, that's you don't want these things. These are very good gigs. No. The news can sometimes be pretty heavy, so I thought maybe I'd take a second to focus in a poetic way on some of the news stories that you might have missed that are a bit lighter. These are real news stories. You'll see what I mean. It's time for In Lighter News. Roses are red, violets grow wide. Drunk Uber rider taken for a $1,700 ride. Roses are red, violets go in a bonnet. 2 men arrested for the possession of whale vomit. Roses are red, violets have chemicals. We now know how millipedes have sex thanks to glowing genitals. Roses are red, violets are their neighbor. Newspaper prints extra pages for people to use as toilet paper. Real news. And finally, check this out. Just in time for Easter, Crocs is teaming up with Peeps to offer a special shoe. Take a look at this. Wow, Peeps and Crocs. Just paint the word moist and you'd have a trifecta of things people hate. We have a great show.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.